Hi, my name is Aman. Today we're going to make a character, an old man, using the Blender software. For that, I'm going to duplicate this cube and realign it to make the arms, the hands, the legs, the feet, and his face, nose, eyes. So let's begin. I click on this block to select it. I press S and Y to resize it along the Y scale. This thick of a body would be fine. I press S plus Z to resize it along the axis, make it a bit longer. Press S and X to make it a little bit wider, his body, this much. Then I want to make his arm. For that, I'm going to click on it and press Shift plus D to duplicate the object, G plus X to move it only along the X axis, left click to select this position. Then I'm going to press S and X to resize it along the X axis, make his arm a little bit thin, just like that. And then G plus X to move his arm closer to the body. This much would be fine. G plus Z to move his arm a little bit lower than his supposed shoulder. And his arm should be a little bit thinner than his body. So I'm going to press S and Y to resize it a little bit along the Y axis. Just like this. This is going to be his arm. I'm going to just mirror this arm to the other side using the mirror modifier. So I'm not going to make another arm. All I'm going to do is make his leg. I'm going to duplicate this block by pressing Shift plus D, G plus Z. I can move this block along the Z axis very easily. Then I'm going to press G and X, move this leg along here on the X axis. A little bit in the Z axis, G and Z. That's enough. I can also make his leg a little bit shorter by pressing S and Z. That's enough. G and Z realign again. Yeah. Next, I'm going to make his hand. That I'm just going to place my 3D cursor on this point first by pressing Shift and right click. Then I'm going to add mesh and cube, which is going to add a cube right at the place where I place my 3D cursor. I'm going to press S and resize it again. I'm going to press G and Y to move along the Y axis. And G and then below. Like that. A little more resizing is needed. The hand is usually shorter than the arm. G and Y. That's good enough. A little bit above the hand. That's good. Now the next thing remaining is his feet. For that I'm going to just duplicate this block. G and Z. Below. G and X. Below the leg. G and Z. Join his feet to the leg. And Y. Increase the length of the foot. G and Y shift the foot a little bit. And the foot is almost completed. Just gonna place it a little bit above. Just like that. That completes one side of our man. I'm going to select the arm and apply a modifier by going to this menu, this blue one, add modifier, mirror. Now this block is being mirrored about its own origin. I don't want that. I want this block to be mirrored about the torso of the man. So I'm going to click on this add mirror, pick the mirror option, and I'm going to choose this block as my mirror. So the mirror modifier is taking place, and now this object is being mirrored about this one. So now I select the rest of the 3 blocks to which I want to add the modifier, and then I press Shift and select to select the block on which I had applied it earlier. It has to be the last selected one. It's going to glow yellow and the rest are going to glow red orange. So then I'm going to right click again. Sorry, not right click, Control plus L. Copy modifiers. So it copies the mirror modifier from that one block to the other 3 blocks. Now what remains is his face. For that I'm going to place my 3D cursor here, shift and right click, and then add mesh cube. I'm going to resize it a little bit like that. S Y face center. Shift this face a little bit to the front. Enlarge. I want solid mode. And then S and Z increase its face length, and G and Z shift its face a little bit above, like that. Next, what I want is his hair. For that, I'm going to place my 3D cursor on the back side of his head here, and then I'm going to go add mesh cube, size it down, size it along the x-axis, increase the length. Make it thinner. And use them on the z-axis, like that. And also shift it a little bit behind his head. Just like that. Also, I'm going to press N, which is going to open this coordinate system menu, and the x-axis, on the x-axis our block is not arranged on 0 like symmetrically, so I'm going to input 0 and it's going to be arranged pretty nicely now, perfectly aligned. I'm going to press again and that menu is going to go. Then what I want to do is select this block. I want the hair to come a bit to the side from the back side. So for that, I'm going to press /. This takes me to local view, and I'll press tab to go into edit mode from object mode. You can also go from this menu. And then I'm going to press 3 and then select this face. And I'm going to press E to extrude this face a little bit, the forward direction. I'm going to come out of local view by pressing tab, and here we are. The hair have come forward. Now all that's needed is for the back hair to go a little bit to the lower side. So I'm going to press forward / again. I'm going to press shift and select both of these faces, not this one. Just these 2 faces. I'm going to extrude both of them down. And I'm going to select only this face, extrude it back upwards. Sorry for that. I'm going to just select this face and extrude it downwards. And I'm going to come out of local view, and our hair is designed pretty nicely. Next, what remains is his nose. For that, I'm going to place my 3D cursor here, shift plus right click, and I'm going to go to from edit mode. I'm going to go to object mode, add mesh cube, size it down, make it longer on the z-axis by pressing S and Z. Make it a little thinner on the x-axis by pressing S and X, and bring it a bit forward by pressing S and Y, and G and Y, just like that. Now what I want is to click on this object. I'm going to click on tab. Now I'm in the edit mode, and what I'm going to do is introduce a loop cut. The shortcut for that is Ctrl+R. Now this is the sort of loop I want, not this one, but this one, the horizontal one. I'm going to click the left mouse button, and I can arrange, like choose where I want loop cut. I want it right here, and the loop is introduced there. The object is cut from there in a loop. I'm going to press 2 to go in the edge selecting mode, press this edge, press G and Y, just like that. It gives the nose somewhat of a bent look. Next, what I'm going to make is his eyes. Fairly simple, just the same duplicating and stuff. I'm just going to go back to object mode, add mesh, cube, size it down. Just that much is enough. S and Y to make it a little bit thinner on the Y axis. G and Z to bring it a little bit lower on the Z axis. Make it a little bit thinner. That much is good. Now what I can do is use this object and apply a mirror modifier on it, and select the mirror as this block, and the eye is going to be mirrored on the other side. Same with the pupil. I can just put a pupil here, add mesh cube. I have the block. I'm going to resize it by pressing S and using my mouse, just like that. G and X in this direction. It looks pretty fine. I'm going to select it, add a modifier on it, the mirror modifier, select the mirror as this block, and the eye also got mirrored, the pupil also got mirrored. So the eyes are ready, the whole body is ready, the hair, the eyes, the face, the feet, the arms. Last thing remaining is just a little torch in this guy's hand. I'm also going to enlarge his hand in length a little bit. For that, I'm going to press S and Z, just this much, and shift it a little bit low. That's a bit too much. Just yeah. Now what I'm going to do is add a mesh and cylinder, but for that I first need to place my 3D cursor here. Add mesh cylinder. Now as the cylinder is selected, I need to first rotate it like 90 degrees so that it seems like the man is holding a cylindrical torch. For that, I'm going to press G and sort of grab the object, R to rotate it, X for it to rotate along the x-axis, and I'm going to input 90 for it to rotate 90 degrees. Then I'm going to press S, and I'm going to scale it down a little bit. Now I am going to increase the torch's length, S and Y, just like that, and G and Y, shift the torch a little bit to the other side. Okay, it's fairly balanced. Now I'm going to go back into edit mode by pressing tab, and I'm going to press 3 to go into the face selection mode. I'm going to select this face. I'm going to select this face, and then I'm going to press E to extrude this much, and then S to resize it, then E to extrude again, and then I'm going to for the torch to look as if it has a glass on the inside after a certain boundary, I'm going to first press I to inset the face a little bit, sort of make its face a little bit smaller, just like this. And then I'm going to press E to extrude, and I'm going to extrude it inwards to make it look as if it has a cavity. And the torch is ready from the front side very, very easily. I'm also going to somewhat extrude it on the back side. E to extrude, and S to size it down, just like that. Now it looks like a complete torch. Oh, and just one little thing which I forgot was this man's mouth. Just the same old thing. I'm going to place my 3D cursor here, go back to object mode, add mesh cube, size it down. S and Y, size it down a little bit, it's along the y-axis. I'm going to go back into edit mode and just inset his face a little bit after selecting this one, just like that. So that completes this whole character. You can always change the dimensions of the blocks according to your own likings. Thank you.